Hey, what's up guys, it's Unleashed here today, and we are back with another video on Sonic Frontiers. And in today's video, we have some more info on the updates for Sonic Frontiers that's supposed to be releasing this year. But not only do we have some info on them, we also have a sneak peek at them too. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's take a look at the news at hand. Onto Twitter. We Sonic Rush. So we'll start off with the user calls TKO2547740631. And if it wasn't obvious already, a lot of this information is coming from the director of Sonic Frontiers, Morio Kishimoto, on Twitter. And surprise, surprise, being asked questions by obviously Sonic fans. So the first one, can you really do all the things you'll say you'll do with the DLC in a year's time? If you can't, and if you need to defer these additional features, I understand, I can wait and I can stand it. Then Mr. Kishimoto responds with, hello, thank you for the concern. Not all of your feedback will necessarily be implemented in the update. That's because there are opinions that should be addressed in the next game, not in an update. Right, there is one more reply after this one, but just to touch upon this little point here, Kishimoto basically just said that even if some of our feedback isn't in the updates for Sonic Frontiers, they could be in the next game. Which is interesting though, because Kishimoto said in the past that they're going to be testing out these new features for the next game in these updates for Sonic Frontiers. So my guess is that in these updates for Sonic Frontiers, they're going to prototype the bigger features that are going to be in the next game obviously, so that they can actually receive some more feedback and obviously implement those into the next game. And then with the smaller features, and also things that just can't be put into Sonic Frontiers right now, they won't bother testing those out in the Sonic Frontiers updates. So for example, let's say Chow Garden or something similar, because I know a lot of people have been wanting to see that in a Sonic Frontiers update. They most likely won't put that in a Sonic Frontiers update because with the nature of the Coco, for example, it doesn't really work. Because the Coco are destined to die, basically. They just have a set task to complete before their souls come out of them and go to the sky, wherever they go, and the symbol that we still don't know the meaning of appears in the sky. So let's say that Kishimoto does think that Chow Garden could be useful in the next Sonic game. He most likely won't test out in a Sonic Frontiers update and obviously just do that into the next game. Right, anyways, on to Kishimoto's next reply to this same person, but that doesn't mean the update doesn't live up to your expectations. The production of the first series is now at its climax, please look forward to it. And obviously by first series he means update 1 for Sonic Frontiers. So yeah, the first update for Sonic Frontiers is pretty much nearing end of production. They're at the climax of actually developing it now, so yeah, things are starting to wrap up now nearly. And it does make sense because judging on our predictions for the release dates of these updates, update 1 should be coming pretty soon in the next coming months now. Because update 2 is obviously going to release near Sonic's birthday because you have that Sonic's birthday thing in that update, so most likely it's going to be released near June. Obviously update 1, because update 1 is going to release before update 2, so obviously in the coming months. Well, that is assuming that they actually want to have some sort of gap between each update, because if they don't want that, then it could just release very close update 2, I'm not sure, but just my prediction right now, it's going to release in the next coming months now. Right, moving on to a person called Rev Draws Stuff. Hello Kishimoto, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I love Sonic Frontier, it's one of my favourite games in the series. I want to ask, will there be new costumes for Sonic Frontier in the future? Thank you for your time. Then Mr. Kishimoto replies with, hello, I'm glad you like this game. As for the new outfit, we may have it in a future update, but it's still a secret, sorry. Alright, now this isn't really a confirmation of anything though, but it is a possibility. So Kishimoto said that there's a chance that we could have some more costumes in the upcoming updates for Sonic Frontiers. Once again, not confirmed. Now we have had a couple of DLC costumes already for Sonic Frontiers. For example, the Monster Hunter DLC one, we've had that. Then there was a Santa Sonic costume, then the SA2 soap shoes, then even the Adventurer's gloves and shoes, aka Sonic with Timberlands on. And while these DLC costumes have been great, I think we could do with a couple more in there. I mean, the Monster Hunter DLC costume looks pretty damn sick and the SA2 soap shoes are clean, but even still, I think a bit more variety could be pretty nice. Now, if I had to say which update would most likely have these new costumes in, I think it would probably be update 2. More specifically in the Sonic's birthday part of the update. I mean, what does Sonic's birthday even mean? Like, is this a very vague statement just saying that this update will have Sonic's birthday? Though since it is Sonic's birthday, it's going to be a celebration of everything Sonic, right? So maybe a good celebration could be celebrating Sonic's past, bringing past costumes from past games into Sonic Frontiers as a costume. I mean, we already have this in the game with the SA2 soap shoes. So maybe they could go even further than that, have like the Black Knight gauntlet in there, the Secret Rings ring, and even the Flame of Sonic's chest maybe. Maybe Chip's bracelet from Sonic Unleashed. That'd be pretty cool, just saying. Maybe the Rider's outfit with the shoes and then the glasses, even the gloves maybe. Heck, why not even go even further than that? And chuck in the SA1 Dreamcast model. We've had loads of games like Super Mario Odyssey and even Crash Bandicoot 4, where they have some sort of retro skin in the game that's actually unlockable. For example, Super Mario Odyssey had the Mario 64 costume, then Crash 4 had some sort of retro costume that wasn't really very accurate to the original games, but still it's a retro costume there. And I'm sure there's another game I'm forgetting right now which probably has a retro costume in there too. So why not do that same thing for Sonic? Have the Sonic Adventure 1 Dreamcast model in there, and if not that, then have some sort of other retro costume in there, like the Sonic Jam model for example. I mean, especially with it being this year, Sonic Adventure's 25th anniversary, and Kishimoto has said that the Sonic Adventure series is a legend, so I'm just saying Kishimoto, chuck an SA1 Dreamcast model. That would be pretty sick, not gonna lie. But if not that, then at least some other costumes from all the Sonic games, like the Black and White Gauntlet, and you know what I said already. Right, then moving on to Casual Akuma. Hello Kishimoto-san. I loved Sonic Frontier and all the efforts you and Sonic Team made, especially the combat. I was wondering if we could add a survival mode like Devil May Cry's Bloody Palace. No worries. Then Kishimoto replies with, hello, I'm glad you like this game. I believe the first update will be able to meet expectations of combat-oriented gameplay, like survival mode. Please wait for the update for a while. Alright then, now that is actually pretty interesting. So Kishimoto said that we could have some sort of survival mode in Sonic Frontiers Update 1. And to be honest with you, that is a pretty great idea. I mean, I know that's nothing groundbreaking or anything like that, but for a Sonic game, and especially a game like Sonic Frontiers with a combat system like that could work excellently. Unfortunately, with the combat for most of Sonic Frontiers' runtime, it wasn't all that difficult. I mean, you could just spam one move for the entire game and then get it over and done with. Like, a lot of the enemies in Sonic Frontiers don't really do anything when you're attacking them, and if they do, they take a very long time to actually get to doing it, and they'll most likely just die before they actually get to do any attack. But there are some exceptions, however. For example, the ninja boss fights. The ninja and its variants are probably the best enemies in the game, to be honest with you. I mean, they never stand in one place for too long, they're always attacking and blocking you, and just overall, the ninja is just a lot of fun to fight, man. But sadly, I think they go down a bit too quickly, except for Oranos Island. Well, that is if you stay on level 1 for everything for the entire game. In terms of combat at level 1, Oranos Island is actually just a lot of fun. I mean, all the enemies except for the tower bosses actually have a decent health bar now, and then including the tower bosses this time, they actually put up a fight. Especially Master Ninja and Kunoichi. Those two bosses are just so bloody good, man. Like, they're actually just difficult and everything, actually fight back and attack you all the time. They're just really solid, man, just really, really solid. I think those two bosses are probably the most that actually go back to like a lot. They're just that damn good, and I think something like a survival mode with these bosses in there could be fantastic. Though it does depend on how this mode will actually work. What I'm thinking with the survival mode is that the game just keeps throwing enemies at you until you die essentially. It basically is just survive. But I think a problem could lie with the level up system. Will the game set you off on level 1, or how will it work? Maybe some sort of difficulty mode or something could work really well, where have like hard mode, have like level 1 and that's it. Have normal be at like level 50 or something, and have easy at level max or something. I think that could be pretty good. Because if I haven't made it obvious already, the combat in this game is at its best when you're at level 1 for everything. So if this survival mode can work with level 1 Sonic, then I'll be happy with that, to be honest with you. I'll be very happy with that. Right then, final tweet of the day from Facts Frontiers. CG World 295 featured an article on Sonic Frontiers, which showcases screenshots of a test stage. Now I think they found this inside the files of the game or something, I'm not too sure. But anyways, you see the image right here, and yeah, I know, there are a lot of pixels here, a lot of pixels. But yeah, you can see them testing out the lighting, I'm pretty sure, right there. Then you can see the testing out Sonic's feet positions on different terrain, and basically just a lot of development and testing out stuff here. But here's where things get interesting, because they actually reply to this with photo mode tab. And as you can see right here in this screenshot, you can just see barely at the top right, it says photo mode, which is obviously going to be part of update 1 for Sonic Frontiers. Now this is a bit strange though. Usually I'd expect photo mode to be like a separate button that you just press and then have it go into photo mode immediately, but this is saying that it's actually in the settings when you actually access it, which is a bit problematic, I think. Like, having to go in and out of the settings just to access photo mode is going to be a bit inconvenient. Like, I think it could be better if you have some sort of button on the controller to actually access photo mode. I mean, are there even any buttons left on the controller to actually access photo mode now? Because this game has a lot of things button mapped everywhere, which is good, which is very good, by the way. I mean, maybe on the directional buttons, I mean, you got the training on there, you got the controls for the slot machine during Starfall, and isn't that it? I'm pretty sure that's it, right? Unless I'm forgetting something. So yeah, maybe put photo mode on the directional buttons instead of the settings menu, because yeah, just for the sake of convenience, to be honest with you. Anyways, that about does it for today's video. So yes, we have some more info on the updates for Sonic Frontiers. Update 1 does seem to be coming pretty soon. Then we saw a bit of the photo mode, sort of. Then we head of the survival mode apparently in update 1 too, that's gonna be pretty cool. And then maybe some more costumes in the upcoming updates too. I hope that's actually the case. And yeah, so far it's still looking good. No problems so far. But what do you guys think of this news? Will photo mode being in the settings menu, not on the controller, affect your opinion of it? Let me know down below. Love to see what you guys have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially that last one. don't forget to become unleashed, pressing that join button down below. And remember, it's not necessary. And I'll see you all next time. Peace!